So the Ocmulgee to Ocmulgee, Oklahoma to Georgia, Rekindling the Fires exhibit that will open will be the first time an exhibit like that will open here in Macon. The show itself, Rekindling the Fires, is bringing a group of Muscogee photographers from Oklahoma, Muscogee and Yuchi photographers from Oklahoma, here to Macon to experience their ancestral homelands for the first time. They each have selected multiple photos. However, we only selected, each photographer only has 2 photographs that will be shown in the exhibit. One from Oklahoma, and the way the gallery is set up, all of the photos from Oklahoma will be on the right side, and all of the Georgia photos will be on the left side. So the Oklahoma photos, the reason it is called Ocmulgee to Ocmulgee is because Ocmulgee itself, the Ocmulgee River, and the town here in this region here in Macon, it was a capital city to us. And when we left here and eventually made our way into Oklahoma, our tribal headquarters in Oklahoma is Ocmulgee, Oklahoma, spelled differently, spelled Okmulgee. But that is what this region was here in Middle Georgia. It was a capital city. And so saying Ocmulgee to Ocmulgee, it's connecting those 2 homelands and making sure that it's what we were in the name when we left here to who we were when we made it to Oklahoma. And then it's the reverse, it's the Rekindling the Fires, which is those photographers coming back to the homelands and expressing their artistic imagery between those 2 and what the story between the 2 of them. So I am beyond excited and thrilled, and this is a passion project for me. I moved to Georgia to bring the tribal voice in January of this year, and I love the Macon community. It's phenomenal. But one of the things is that what I see lacking is there's not enough of the tribal stories being told as to who was here before. And people often don't know the name of our tribes, and they don't know that all throughout this region you see our words listed all over. And this project is a way for us to be able to say, look, we're now in the downtown region. We aren't only, our history isn't only at the park and at the Ocmulgee Mound site. It is, this entire region was a civilization, and you cannot throw a rock anywhere in Georgia and not hit ancestral cultural land. So for me, with the amount of continuous existence and everyone that is here, the first time I came to the park when I worked for the nation and I was walking out to the mound, I had a very sensory experience. I smelled plants that we still use today, that we make our medicines. And for me, it was no longer a historical place. It took me to who we are today, right? That we never stopped existing. We never stopped with our ceremonies. We just went someplace else with them. So to be able to smell that, it came alive that my ancestors are still here. They're still in this area. So I get to honor them in the same way that we have cemeteries all around the country, right? That people go visit their relatives, right? People that they never knew. We still keep those headstones there to go visit and honor those people. We have a burial mound here that we have people who are buried there that are our relatives. And so it's a way to honor them, to show that we have come back, we have come home, right? We never forgot you. We still speak our language. We still honor those that were here before, but we also honor and cherish the current stewards of the land, right? But we help to grow the fabric together, right, of who we are, and we learn to be tolerant of each other. Our history wasn't a great one of how we left this land. There's other bad histories that have come through this land, right? To be able to honor the people and see them hung together side by side in a public space, it offers a chance of healing and reconciliation. That history is history. We can't change the way it happened, but we can learn from it, and we can all grow together and learn to be tolerant of each other and respect each other, and respect that somebody else's history, even if it wasn't yours, is important. And it's important that it's not erased. And this, being able to be a part of this and see it hung and to be able to make a way and to have this celebration, those people who passed on, those who were removed and are in Oklahoma, it gives them a place to come back. And all the way together, it gives this Macon community an opportunity to really learn and grow as well, and to embrace what Macon grew from. Because Macon grew shortly out of our removal. And it gives us a chance to say, well, that was our history. We honor who Macon is today, but there's also some bad parts of history, and we want to acknowledge them, we want to learn from them, and make room for all of us to come back and be tolerant and respectful of each other. For me, coming back to this land, everything again goes back to that one sensory experience that I had. And after that experience, and I was standing on the Great Temple Mound with Chief Hill, former Chief, James Floyd, second Chief Beaver, and I'm standing up there with the leadership, and I'm looking out, and I am, in my mind, I imagine what it looked like in that region, right? Of all of our relatives everywhere who would have been out there and what they were fighting for. And then when I walked into the visitor center at the park, my aunt's photo was on the wall. A large photo of my aunt hangs on the wall. My uncle's photo was on the wall. It is like walking into a family living room for me, and I see my relatives. And it wasn't anymore that I was moving to a state that I didn't really know. It's that I was coming home in a way that I get to go ahead and kind of help make a way for others to come home. And so for me, I've really, truly loved my time in Macon. It's a phenomenal city. The people are wonderful. And I love being able to speak passionately about who I am, and that there's a space for it. The people have made a space for me to be able to have that conversation here, because it feels like I am bringing all of them back. I really hope people come out, they ask questions, they let us know what their experience is, whether it's the audio, the history, meeting the photographers, just whatever it is. One of the speakers is going to be here, and he's going to be on the audio box. So it's just really, I want people to come out and enjoy it and just share in with us, because this is not just for the Native community and not just for the downtown community. It is for the state of Georgia and anyone who passes through these lands.